Good afternoon, friends. Before that, I start the design part and why we require a new look at the design and implementation process. The first question comes to our mind is that we generally say that our students have not been able to get an employment of their desire and their wish. Do you feel that the number of jobs available in India are less than what the output is? Anybody who would like to answer my question, that whether the jobs are not available or whether the students are not available? What are your views on that?
The jobs are there and students also there, but the students doesn't have the required skills to fulfill those jobs.
So you say that the skills the students should have, the students are not available with the required skills. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody else?
Jobs are available, but student, major part of the student doesn't want to job at a lower package.
Okay, so you mean that the package at which the jobs are being offered are lower than what they expect. Okay, the second question is now, when they say that the package is less, do we feel that the package is less as compared to the skills they have got, or their aspirations are too high and the package offered is less? Do they have the matching of the skill with the package, or their aspirations are high?
Their expectations are high.
Expectations are high. So
Basically, sir, we can also say that things are becoming so much, not so much unique because if at our father's time only one become undergrad, it becomes so much taboo, or we can say that's such a unique thing. Now everybody is getting undergrad degree, postgrad degree.
agreed.
So that is the same thing. New skill has to be inculcated in students so that they become unique to the industry as well.
Exactly. So see, I was just going through today's Economic Times, and they say that 10 million, 1 crore jobs are pending with only electronic industry, and the students of the required skill are not available. They talk of talent shortage rather than the shortage of the jobs. And they very clearly have mentioned that it is the jobs which are probably required in every field in electronics. So I'm only touching on electronics field today. Maybe the scenario is the same in mechanical, maybe the scenario is same in other fields of IT industry. But when we say, they say that we require engineers in almost every department of the industry. So that means that the availability of jobs in India is not an issue. The issue is the skill that our students have got. And to some extent, if I'm not wrong, we, the faculty members, are also responsible for not being able to give the skills to the students as is required by the industry. The gap is there. Now whether we are unaware of the gap in reality, or our methodology of teaching is requires a new look, so that the skill that the industry is looking for is available to them at the time of the employment. See, Dr. Gupta was mentioning about Industry 4.0. Well, yes, Industry 4.0 basically means fourth industrial revolution which is taking place. And here we are talking of Internet of Things, we are talking of networks, we are talking of cyber security, we are talking of all the, and now the new generative AI has also entered into the fourth industrial revolution. So you can imagine within the fourth industrial revolution also there has been such a change in the technology that is being used by the industry. Now, sometimes we do say that a particular industry is using very high tech technology. We are not aware of it. We do not know how to operate the high tech machines, how to design high tech machines, or maybe to maintain high tech machines. Let us talk about the SMMEs also, the medium scale industry, the small scale industry. See, when the large scale industry grows, when they adopt high technology, they expect that the components being supplied to them are also manufactured on high tech machines. See, today era is of zero defect of the product. Every customer wants that the product that he is buying must give the value, the return for which he is investing. And he expects that the product will not go wrong in any way. Now, to produce that product, we require probably an automated high tech machines which are governed by our engineers. So when we talk of 4.0, we are also talking of real high-tech AI generative machines, but they have to be governed by our engineers. When we talk of Industry 4.0, I also said that we are talking of machine-to-machine communication, where the human intervention is reducing. We are talking of advanced robotics. Now, the question here comes is, can we teach all these things to our students or not? The point is that probably no, because the technology is changing very fast, and we, the faculty members, cannot absorb the technology in such a short time that we are able to pass the technology to our students. So the point here is then what to do, how to fill up that gap that is emerging between the requirement and the supply. See, when we talk of any typical shop floor, whether it is a government industry, whether it is a private industry, whether it is a service industry or a non-service industry or a production industry, the automation is really taking over. Our students are, when they go to the industry, I'm 100% sure they are not aware of the technology. If I'm showing you a chart of the shop floor where we are talking of quality improvement processes, we talk of predictive maintenance, zero downtime, we talk of zero defect products, we talk of real time data. And now all these cannot be absorbed by an engineer, and neither we as faculty members are equipped to do it. The answer is, are our students capable of absorbing the technology they are supposed to work on? Have we made them flexible enough to learn the technology that they encounter in their industry or not? Have they got the basics of the technology clear so that they can absorb as the technology changes? And this is not only in India, around the globe, specifically when we talk of G20 nations, when we talk of developing nations, everybody is talking of a resilient infrastructure, a flexible infrastructure. We can, where the new technologies can be absorbed, where we promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, where we are talking of innovations. So the word innovation is one thing which will drive our students to their growth path. Are we making our students innovative or not? That is the question that is being discussed at all levels. that how can we make our students innovative. Today, the era is let the students learn in the institutes, but they should have the capacity to unlearn and relearn the new technology. They will have they have a limited scope to learn. So they will have to unlearn the earlier things, relearn the new technology, and that is what we need to tell our students, teach our students, mentor our students. Whatever may be the curricular design, whatever improvements we might do in the curricular design, we cannot teach everything what the industry is looking for, but we can make their basics clear, we can make their foundation strong so that they can build up their building on that strong foundation. Today we talk of probably everything, every information is available on the net. You pick up a topic and you get a vast information of that topic. Then what is the role of a faculty member or a teacher? The information is the same which he has got and what the student has got. Here comes the role of a mentor or a teacher, and that is when we talk of sorting out the information which is available on the net, arranging them in a particular way, and explaining them so that they understand and use that knowledge or the information to their advantage. So information remains the same. We only need to sort out so that the garbage is left out. The students don't go through that garbage. Arrange in a particular way so that it is easy to understand, and then explain it with a small story, with a small anecdote, with a small experience that we have got, and that will make our students eligible for an industry. See, if we really look at the industry today, and when they come for the placement drives to our institutes, they may not be looking for a student who has got very good knowledge of each and everything. They are looking for different qualities, different skills. Is he ready to learn? Is he flexible enough to unlearn what he had already learned and relearn something new? That will make them more employable. And today, if we talk of the skills that people are looking for, in addition to whatever domain they are working for, we always look from the industry point of view is critical thinking. Can they find solutions to the problems? Do they have a mind which works in different directions to find a solution to a problem which has occurred now? Are they creative? Can they think out of the box? Are they innovative? Can they suggest a solution which others are not aware of? Can they collaborate? Now, probably when we were younger and one of our members were talking about our parents when they used to study, it was the era of competition. Now it is the era of collaboration. The technology is vast, Everybody cannot be a master of all the things, but certainly we say that one employee, one officer is a master of one area. The second one knows much about the second area, the third about the third area. Can they collaborate to find a solution to a problem which is being faced? Let's take the example of electric vehicles today. An electric vehicle will have few mechanical components, few electronic components, few electrical components, and of course few components which fall into the category of I should say information technology. Now, an industry cannot afford to employ four engineers, one from IT, mechanical, electrical, electronics. Now, what to do? One is they will be looking for a multi-skilling. Can a mechanical engineer also look after an electrical portion of the vehicle? Can he look after something of electronics also or not? That will be always his first preference. But sometimes we also say, okay, if we have four engineers all around, one from R&D, one from production, one from quality, and have different expertise, can they join hand and form a team which can really make the vehicle grow, which can make a vehicle suitable for the customer? So we will be talking of either a multi-skilling or a collaborative project. And the fourth one, which we always look forward, is that communication. Can he convey the ideas that he has got within his team or not? Now you see how the skills are changing. One of our colleagues said that when their fathers were studying, there was only one undergraduate or maybe very few undergraduates. Now everybody is an undergraduate. People are postgraduates. Yes, there is a change in it. Along with that, there is a change in the skills which are required. Communication. When we are working as a team, can I really communicate? Can I explain what I really mean? Can I talk to my seniors at a higher level and try to interact with him or her? So these are the skills which are probably required now in addition to few others. But friends, whatever we may say, we have to beat the competition with creativity. Gone are the days when we used to mug up, wrote the uh, standard formulas. Now everything is available at the push of a button. But creativity is not available on the net. Our students have to be creative. If we in the curriculum, when we implement the curriculum, can we introduce creativity into it or not? Can we make them innovative or not? We say that the mechanical work, the routine work is being overtaken by the robots. Yes. But can we improve the efficiency of robots also? Can we introduce something new in a robo so that we can improve the quality of the product that is being produced? That is when we talk of creativity and innovation. Today, any industry, when they want fresh engineers, they want creative engineers. They are not looking for engineers who have got probably 90% of the marks only because they have been able to muck up few formulas, write down in the exam, and have scored well. They are probably looking for engineers who can do something new to their product or to the organization or maybe to a service center. And when we say creative, we mean that they should be innovative also. Creative ideas, when we put them into action, becomes and are positive, they become creative, innovative. Now, the point here is how to introduce creativity in the classrooms. Any idea? Anybody who would like to say that can we introduce creativity into the minds of the students in the classroom? We have been teaching the students. There is a set curriculum, there are set topics. We go, explain it to them, and come back. Probably they are not creative till that time. Can we make them creative? Any idea? Anybody who has introduced a creative ideas in the class so that the students can learn faster? Anybody would like to share his or her views? From the nodal centers? Can we introduce a creative exercise for the students every day?
One thing I didn't introduce, but it come out to be a very creative thing. I was teaching the subject of insurance and risk management in the class. I covered all the policies, term insurance policies, overall picture. So I gave a presentation to the group students so that they have to act in a class. One is going to act as an insurer, one is act as an insurer, right? I give them the discretion to choose any type of insurance policy. But in India, there is one insurance policy which is not an exercise at rally. That is sports insurance, right? Because he was a very sports freak person. So he come with the idea because he was following a club in Spain, which is playing football at a very elite level.
Yeah.
So he comes up with a sports insurance, and he introduced all the policy regarding the sports insurance to all the students. That come out to be a creative.
So that means he has got a mindset where he can think of something new. So that is what I'm trying to say, that when they start thinking something new, they will come up with ideas which we have never come across. So we need to introduce such type of case studies. You may say role play, you may say model playing, whatever you may say, but that is what is required. You said earlier that you taught them life insurance, whatever the different type of insurances are, and probably they are available on the net also, right? So the one thing that he must have done is that out of the total kachra, he must have found that this is what to be taught. So the garbage is removed and then taught in a particular way so that they can understand better. And at the end of it, you gave them an exercise which makes the things more clear, right? So that is what is required. Now, supposing this student of him joins an insurance company, right? He already has an idea in his mind, the sports insurance, right? Which is not available in India now. It can be a big hit, right? Because so many students are playing nowadays, youngsters are playing cricket. There are so many fans for the cricket and all that, and you find a gully cricket also, right? So that is what we are looking for. Now, supposing this person applies for an interview job and he discusses his ideas there, I don't think there is any reason that he will not be selected, right? So when we go for conducting interviews, we are looking for such students. I'll just give you a small example. Now, this is a paper cup, right? One is that it is used for drinking water or maybe drinking tea. Can we use this paper cup for any other purpose? Can we think about it?
Draw circles.
We can draw a circle. Okay. Anybody else?
It can be used as a pen or pencil.
It can be used as a pen and pencil stand. You can be used for holding a popcorn,
Create art.
create art. Still, we'll have many more, right? So my idea here is that when I told you that let's list down the uses of paper cup, you started thinking something different rather than only a for drinking water or a tea, right? So when you start thinking differently, then you come up with an idea which has not been thought about. Now everybody has given a different use of it, right? And if we are working in a collaboration, probably we'll come out with 20 or 30 ideas of how to use this paper cup, right? Drawing circles, right? Maybe we can use it as a filler somewhere, or a paper stand, or maybe anything, right? As a packing, we can cut it out and use it as a packing. So the point here is we need to introduce such exercises to our students in our classrooms. Curriculum, yes, to some extent, I would say it is required. But again, I say to some extent. Now, everybody of us must have studied Newton's three laws. And what we used to get in the exam, what is the third law of the Newton? Right? Give an example. That's all. And the example must be the same with everybody, because what teacher told us, we have written it. Today, the requirement is how to use the Newton's third law or the second law in our daily life. That is innovation. That is creativity. Let me think how it can be used. Only then the things becomes interesting. So one side is creativity, one side is innovation, one side is curriculum. We need to combine the three. Designing learning activities to foster creativity. We need to design, think. Like if six of us sitting here, or maybe another 30 or 40 sitting at the nodal centers, if we design one activity which is new and share with everybody, now you can imagine how many activities we have with us, which the students can do and think differently. We are talking of variety of skills. We talk of encouraging them to think out of the box, sharing ideas, constructive feedbacks. All those things will have something new. I generally give an example. Let's talk about 10 years back, or maybe 15 years back. And probably everybody of us must have seen that old scooters which used to start with a kick. Everybody has seen them, and everybody has faced problems. Sometimes you have to tilt it, and specifically for the female riders, it was quite difficult to start the scooter. And we lived with it for maybe about 30, 40 years, right? Somebody thought, can we have a push button start scooter or not? An innovative idea. Whether it will click or not is not known, but it will solve the problem of the users, specifically the female drivers used to face a lot of problems in case the scooter doesn't start. Small idea, and today probably we have 100% scooters which are push button start, right? So that is the ideas our employers are looking for. Now, this idea of push button start may not have come from the top of the managing director. Maybe an engineer has given an idea that instead of a kick, can we have a push button? We lived with it for 40 years. Never struck us that it is not a very big major investment, but the return on that investment is going to be enormous. So I was just trying to find out what are the requirements of the industry today. Yes, we have the hard skill requirements of artificial intelligence, drone technology, this. Different requirements are there, no doubt in it. But is this the only thing that we require? Or our students require something more than that? That is the question. And when we see, whatever I have mentioned here is only a part of the requirements that we have today. And some of it relates to the IT industry, some of it relates to the electronics industry, supply chain management relates to the every other type of an industry. But the point here is that are these soft skills also required or not? Problem solving, critical thinking, creativity, people management, decision making, service orientation, flexibility, negotiation, and few more. Now, friends, the point here is that everybody cannot have all these soft skills in him or her. You cannot just tell an engineer to have all type of hard skills and all type of soft skills. And the industry is not looking for that also. What they are looking for is one odd hard skills which suits his or her requirements in the industry, but certainly some of these soft skills. Decision making, because they are now more into the decision making mode. They are more into the flexibility mode, learn something new technology comes to the industry. Are they able to absorb that technology or not? First thing is, are they willing to absorb the technology or not? Many a times what we have learned is that whenever we ask them questions during the interviews, they would say that we are a mechanical engineer. So any new technology regarding a mechanical engineering will come, we will adopt, but we will not learn the electronic part of it or the IT part of it, because that is not our core domain in which we have studied. Friends, today they have to do it. We have to make our engineers flexible enough to adopt that new technology. And if I'm not wrong, probably you can vouch that even civil engineers are going into IT industry today. And if we really compare the growth pattern of a civil engineer versus the growth pattern of a computer science engineer, in many industries I have come across where civil engineer says that I am at a disadvantage because I don't have a basic background of civil engineering. These people are from computer science, so they grow much. But friends, what they have learned in engineering colleges, probably it's not a rocket technology which civil engineers cannot learn. They will have to open up their mind to learn those things. Decision making, whether he is a civil engineer or an IT engineer, it doesn't matter. He has to take quick decisions. He has to scan the environment, analyze the environment, and take a call. But are we helping them to take decisions when they are in our institute or not? Are we making them creative or not? And third requirement, which has now is being appreciated probably for all industry, is human values. Today we are talking of empathy. We are talking of nurturing relationships. We are talking of complementing each other rather than in competition. We are talking of inclusiveness. Gone are those days when the boss was the boss and the junior was junior. Today, we are talking of discussing at the same level. If a manager is holding a meeting with the fresh engineers, that does not mean that he is right. Can our engineers have the flexibility to talk to them, the courage to talk and put his or her view forward? Are they empathetic towards their juniors or not? How is their emotional intelligence? We have to make sure that our students try to get these human values when they are with us. The industry today talks of not deceiving others. So, friends, we talk of hard skills, we talk of soft skills, we talk of human values. The basket is very big. The only thing we have to ensure is that they pick up few of these skills when they enter into the industry. When we say there are 10 million jobs which are pending, they are not only looking for a technically competent person, they are looking for an overall personality of the student who can come and fit into their working. Sometimes our students or the young engineers, young officers, and maybe senior officers also have to work in a tight conditions, maybe for 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day. There are few instances where people have worked for more than 12 hours a day also. Are our students ready to do it? And I'm sure when we have been asking few of the students at various institutes that are you ready to work for 10 hours a day, maybe twice or thrice a month, and about 50% of them will say no. We have our own life. We are paid for 9 to 5. Either they start paying us overtime, otherwise why should we work? See, that is the values they have got. Well, in case if there is a requirement twice or thrice a month, you have to work extra, there is no harm, because working extra means learning something new. And if the employer gets an inclination that this person will say that Saturday is an off day, Sunday is an off day, I am not going to work, even if there is a fire in the factory or in the office, probably they are looking for something different. So that values we have to inculcate in them. And that is why we all say survival of the fittest is no more there. It is survival of the most adaptable. The one who can adapt his or herself to the situation. I was interviewing few of the students from a reputed engineering college, and I said that supposing you are posted in South, it was a North India college. Supposing you are posted in South and slightly in tier 2 or tier 3 city, are you ready to go? And the pay package is as per the industry norms. Most of them said no. They said that we can't stay away from our home for so long. It is a South India, so we may not adjust to their food habits, we may not adjust to their culture, so we would prefer to stay in North India. Well, where is the adaptability? Where is the flexibility? Today, industry cannot say and ensure that you are from North India, so you will remain posted in North India throughout your life. We have to make them adaptable to the situations. A mechanical engineer may have to undergo a training in electronics for the new technology that the companies are buying. They will have to understand the technology, they will have to adopt the technology, they will have to use the technology. So the survival is the most adaptable. Who can work in different working conditions, who can work in different situations, who can take decisions in tight working conditions. That is what is required. And we have to find out ways to teach them through our curriculums. Our curriculums are more, we have got the topics, we need to discuss with the students, inform them, give them the knowledge. So many lectures, so many tutorials, and that is all. We as faculty members are not devoting time on these skills that are a must for an industry. We need to find out how to change the methodology of teaching so that they become innovative, so that they become creative. Now, as one of our friends said, that he gave them a situation, that type of case studies or situations need to be discussed more often than the curriculums. Because they have to think differently, they have to adapt to the different situations. Maybe tomorrow he can give a situation that the person whom I have gone to sell my policy is adamant. Now still I have to sell it. I have to make sure that he gets the positive points from that policy, and I am able to convince, I am able to communicate. Now, communication is very important. One is knowing the policies, yes. Probably he can find out the policies from the net also, or whatever information is available. But how to communicate that, the plus and positives of that policy, depends upon that person. But that is missing in our methodologies. Generally speaking, some of us must be doing it, but generally speaking, that is missing in us. Still, people say that whatever information or the knowledge I have got, I will keep it to myself. But we used to do probably 30 years back that these notes are mine, I won't share it with others. Right? This is what was happening. Right? Whatever notes the teacher has given us, these are mine. But today, all those notes are available on the net. So why not share it? Maybe I can get something new from you, and you can get something new from me. So we need to teach our students to share, to complement the skills of others, rather than making a competition out of it. Today, our students are going to the different industries and working as a team. So what is expected is that everybody will work, and whosoever has got a skill of a particular type will share with others and come out with a solution or with a product which is required. Here we don't say, this is my knowledge, why should I share with others? Let the project not be there, or I will show it to my seniors that I know it, nobody else knows it. That is the old era. The new era is share. And if we talk of our national education policy also, it very clearly says less content. The contents they want to reduce, and they want to add learning to think critically and solve problems. The national education policy is very clear that let's reduce the content and make them learn critically. Let them solve problems. Give small issues, small problems to them. Let them come out with some solution. More case studies, and try to make them multidisciplinary. Let them innovate, adapt, absorb new fields, new domains. I would still say that the experiments which were they were doing in our laboratories 5 years back, probably some of them experiments are still being done by the students of this year. Am I right? This is what is happening in some of the institutes, may not be all. The in a IT industry, probably the software which were written by C people 3 years back, probably on the almost the same lines, the tutorials are being given for writing softwares or using a particular platform. So that means that we also need to upgrade our methodology of teaching. Here I would request to the participants to share that how they have modified their methodology to bring in creativity and bringing decision making and bringing few other skills, so that the students can learn those skills in a faster way. Any of the member from the nodal centers or individual members who have joined, any new methodology you have adopted to teach the students so that they are employable by the industry? Any of you? The six of you sitting here, he shared one incident. Anybody of you who has changed the system of teaching? Just think over, because you must have introduced something new.
You've heard about flip learning.
Flip learning, yes.
Class.
Flip learning.
We generally, when we have the screen, we try to show it through the laptop.
Yeah.
Sorry, but through videos.
Through videos, models.
And in that in their home, they have to give a Google form test. Google form use out of the video what they make.
So they are using flip methodology of teaching now. One is the physical conversation with them, physical teaching, and then through videos and maybe from the YouTube, maybe from their own videos, some models. See, just look at the COVID-19 era, when the education went online, and all these companies like Byju's or Unacademy and all that, online mode, and they introduced something new in them, that whatever we are teaching, like supposing we are teaching them how the blood flows in the body, right? One is telling them it goes to the arms, then it goes to the abdomen, legs. What they have done is they have given a pictorial view and shown how the blood is moving. That makes the things clear to the student, that how the blood flows through the body. So these type of things which were introduced by them at that time has really shown us a way how we can change our methodologies. And there are so many videos available, even for the mechanical engineers or civil engineers, you will find so many videos available, so that people come to know how the industry is working these days. And if you really search for few videos of automobile industry, you will find few of them how the robots are working, the factory is almost manless, how the things are moving automatically. Our students are going to face all these things. If they want to join any mechanical, any automobile industry, 80% of it is going to be an automatic one. And even if we talk of medium scale industry, 40% of the medium scale industry is also automatic now.
Assembly line.
Assembly lines are all automatic. So this is what they are required to know and learn, that the industry they are going to face is of going to be of this type. Any of the participants wants to add something?
We also have adopted that WhatsApp technology, sir, of forming the group of students. We, whenever we have any idea, like I'm from architecture, so
Okay.
I've compulsorily made it a habit now. For that, we have
कुछ
to,
नॉर्मल देखो जो कुछ खास है
so they are going
तो
to
खा
have
सकती हूँ
they will
नहीं
formally
आने
understand the process and then design the building.
Faculty member who says that he has used the WhatsApp group to the advantage of the students, where they are given an assignment. Probably they have to do a group assignment,
Group assignment as well as individual.
group as well as the individual.
They
They,
put problems and everybody will get this.
everybody will get an opportunity to solve it and then present it to you. So this is how, I mean, now you see that he is from the architecture division.
You have
That,
to be approachable, basically.
yeah, one is that you are approachable, and second is that he is giving a problem to them which is to be solved by them, presented to everybody, and probably that will give them a new learning, that what others have thought about it, what are the solutions they have got. So that
Better
is
thinking.
right.
Better thinking and
Better thinking, a wider thinking, thinking something new, right? And also coming to know that what others think about it. So this is what, when we say curriculum designed for industry 4.0, basically we are talking of implementation of the curriculum which has been designed, how we implement it. And if we talk of national education policy, they are talking of experiential learning, learning through experience, not only through verbal communication.
I am at an advantage because my timing is from 7 to 1 in the morning
Okay.
because we have an engineering college running over there. So I also have made it a habit now for the second year and third year students that I promote them to work in real condition offices so that they can check their knowledge at par with the market one and also imbibe the qualities of the trends that is in the market.
So basically, what they are trying to do is experiential learning, or maybe learning through
Practical
projects, maybe learning through practical aspects. So that is, so now you can imagine a difference between your student and a student who is doing only the classroom learning.
Now also whenever anybody requires a student to work in their offices, they contact us, we put it on the group so that anybody requiring this benefit also can take it
That-
and work for their end.
So don't you feel that this will make them more employable, maybe more better self-employed also tomorrow, because they have got the hands-on experience of it.
We want to create a downline of the students, the first year, second year, third year. Apart from our interaction with the students, they also intra
So they
interact
also
with
interact among themselves without the help of the faculty member. So this is another learning.
they require guidance, they will
Yeah, they will
approach any
contact you,
staff anytime
but then a lot of learning takes place through them.
for us also.
Yeah.
Because what we have said is frequently technology changes, we have to also adapt to it. not only the students.
Exactly. So, so basically, what he means is that we as faculty members have to learn new technology also. We'll come back to that when we have another session on project-based learning. That how the the faculty members also need to learn the new technologies. Why talk only of the
Because
students?
our qualities really matter.
Yeah,
If we open up our mind and think differently, then that can really change things on the ground.
absolutely. So that is what also the national education policy is talking about. Invention oriented, learner oriented, discussion based, fun based. I mean, they are absolutely talking of experiential based learning. And they say that we will start from class 1 in future. Let them learn through while they are playing.
There is also one very sharp one that teacher, as we are a resource person, we should not really be hell bent upon some short performance.
Yeah,
We should promote, help them get into the main line rather than craving for them to rise to that level and harness the group that is actually performing well.
right. Absolutely. See, nowadays that a batch of students sitting and we are teaching them is now likely to be over in another few years. It is going to be individual teaching. He knows this best. Competency based learning and teaching is what is going to come, and that will be applicable only when we are competent enough.
We are resource person.
Yeah.
We may adapt to that thing, but then we also have to promote
Yes.
or be a facilitator.
See, that's why now the teachers are being called facilitators, and they are not being called teachers only. They are more of a mentors and facilitators rather
Even
than.
architecture is such a thing, sir, that we are not to be masters of each and every field, but then we have to interact with each and every element
Yes.
that is going to harness our good.
So this is what we the teachers have to learn how to adopt this. When we talk of experiential learning, what are we doing? First is our own experience. We can't tell our students to be learn from their experience. They have to learn from our experience.
Yeah, yeah. Otherwise, our resources.
Otherwise, our resources. It's one and the same thing. Now, when we talk of innovations in curriculum, right? Structure we have changed. We have gone into flip mode of teaching. We have introduced new contents. We have introduced new subjects. We are removing old subjects. But the point is, the process of teaching has to change. The government or the management can give us infrastructure, they can give us projectors, they can give us facilities, but how to use those infrastructure is our competence, is our requirements. So when we talk of innovations, we talk of new methodologies which can be used to teach them. See, the new technologies are very, very complicated. To teach those technologies is not an easy subject, but certainly we can make their foundation strong by giving them some of the examples, by sharing them our experiences. That is how the things are likely to change and fill that gap. Now, when we talk of creativity among teachers, he said of flip teaching, that is one mode of it. And we also need to develop and motivate our students and be a part of the learning process. See, many places we have seen that the teachers are themselves closed mind or they are not flexible. Today, maybe a mechanical engineering teacher may have to learn something of electronics also. If he really has to progress, if he really has to make the students progress. So let us be more creative. Let us switch between styles of teaching. Let us be more creative. Let us share our experiences with the students so that they are also working on the same lines. And today, when we say that we are talking of, as he was talking of uh, teaching not to a class but to a particular set of students, when we say that one size fits all approach, a teacher, he will teach the same thing to everybody, is not what is required. So we will have to shift to the um, new style of teaching where it will be more oriented towards the skill gap of the student rather than of the whole class. And just I have seen few things. Can we add these type of value added courses in our classrooms? These are not generally not a part of the standard curriculum. Like for a mechanical engineering or an electrical engineering curriculum, artificial intelligence or data analytics or robots may not be a part of the curriculum. Can we introduce a value added courses like this?
Absolutely a short course.
Short 30 hours course.
Only it could introduce
Yeah.
interest or inclination to the students.
So we are
So
talking
that this is also a way of pursuing things.
exactly. So we are talking of 30 hours course or 40 hours course. That's all. Because that will make them aware of what is required.
we
As
are
you said.
running some parallel courses.
Yeah, you are
Like
running.
then IIT Bombay runs some courses.
Exactly.
Now we have multiplicity, but there is no unison in that. Our child can repeat that course.
Child can repeat that course. We have MOOC courses. We can introduce some value-added courses offline,
One thing is
online.
very clear, sir. What a teacher will teach. There is a pious relation between a guru and a shishya, because he is hell-bent that whatever teacher is teaching has to matter somewhere.
Yeah,
But something which are on open platforms, yeah, we can call it a competency based. They have a limitation attitude. Either they can improve or they could be then turned into a time pass.
so that is what. So we have to encourage the students to do these courses, whether they do it on mock platforms or they we call experts to deliver those lectures or share their experiences. So that is what our methodology has to change. Till now, what we are doing: lecture, tutorial, practical. Probably the ratio might be 6 to 2 or something like that, right?
And somewhere, sir, we again have to have a leniency
Yeah.
rather than making it a school.
No.
We could get technical
So
entities
I,
now.
I would put it flexibility
Flexible.
instead of leniency. Let it be flexibility.
Because making attendance compulsory and then trying to vie for such
See,
higher
that is
changes.
see that NEP has also left it to the faculty member that how he wants to teach. He may reduce his number of lectures to instead of 6 to 2 a week. He may like to add few practicals. He may like to add few projects. So
Make
the
changes.
NEP is flexible in that you can change the methodology of teaching as you want. You can modify your teaching process as long as the outcome remains there.
Use.
Yeah.
This year onwards as well, sir, most of the universities has to implement NEP in their curriculum.
So, agreed. but how many of us are really doing on paper and how many of us are doing in reality?
We are
In the
talking
reality,
about
sir.
awareness level.
Yes, sir. Punjab University curriculum for the BBA and MBA, we have to design. I'm currently teaching in Gurugram University,
Mhm.
and we have to provide two core courses: one skill enhancement courses, second ability enhancement, third is the value-added courses. These are such sort of courses.
So this is what the industry is looking for.
For respectively, I want to submit. We have introduced two elements in our teaching skills. One was student-centered activity, and another is Anandam. But the basic problem was no, not all the teachers were taken with confidence as to what is to be really delivered and which end is to be met by the students by interacting with the public. It is a
Right.
good idea. But then, like me, I am from architecture. Uh, what was promoted as ACA या Anandam. Then I indigenized those subjects according to my department
Agreed.
because students find it free time for them. They have to do nothing. They have to submit a report, or either there is the evaluation in terms of A, B, C, D category. Yeah, 100 marks. Such subject should not be introduced because what you are was sir telling about MEP, which is very nice, but everybody has to work in
Yes,
tandem.
everybody
That's
has.
the thinkers, the introducers, and the implementers.
See, when we talk of these things, the uh, my observation with various institutes is that we have not made our faculty member competent enough to introduce these things.
Or we have not put in faith, sir. I would rather tell.
Whatever we may say, some of us may require some training also. Some of us may require that our faculty members first undergo those trainings and then they can probably teach to the students.
Let the teacher come out with it.
Yes.
We should not shame the teacher.
No. It
Because
is,
he is an asset.
he's an asset. So that is why all these things, like we have written a small human value course on emotional intelligence.
We have to promote the teacher to come up with
Yes.
his own idea and then harness it.
And NEP is very clear that no restriction on teachers.
The simple problem I'm telling you, we had to put a new syllabus for architecture. We worked out from the different, obviously, what Gupta sir says is obviously right. It is Herculean task.
Yeah.
A teacher cannot do something which is very new because we have to collect all these syllabuses which are implemented
Yeah.
and then change and adapt. For us, we are called by our officers, prepare it, we'll proofread it, we'll match with the LTP, and then you all sign as subject expert and we will implement it. So, till it is not an inclusive process, a thoughtful process, such implementation will then again cause
Boomerang.
problems.
Yeah.
The bosses will say, you have done it. Why should I go in for change? So what we are saying is, frequently with change in technology, we have to again change our syllabus. Sir also has rightfully said, give it a gestation period of 3 years.
Yes.
Then again review it and change it.
Change it.
Wherever you find it incomplacent, then going for change.
Yeah. See that if you go to the public sector universities, it takes about 3 to 4 years to change a curriculum. They have to pass through so many levels. Board of studies, then to the higher authorities, then to the higher authorities, then so many of.
Industrial resource person doesn't have that much time
Yes.
to interact with us. What I'm saying, they will give you one impulsive meeting, then they will speak out the heart,
Right.
but they will not force themselves out over there.
Yeah, of course.
If you ask them when should I revert, they will give you a shortest
That
time.
is- yeah.
Otherwise, they won't respond.
See, those experts, they don't have so much of the time that they will keep on discussing on one subject for so long.
They are working on production
Yeah.
lines.
So that is what we are trying to say, that now the teachers have to take that role of changing the methodology of teaching to suit the industry requirement. Industry
by
requ-
interacting with them.
By interacting with them, of course. I mean, that's why we will be talking about projects. Project is the best way to interact with the industry or with the person who is going to employ them. So the point here again is that we have to take the lead, not the director of the institute. The department, the faculty member have to take the lead, and we have to move out of one sector that only hard skill is required for the employment. No, it is all the soft skills, the hard skills, the human values which are cherished by any industry today. We always say that mechanical engineering, for example, is a very vast field. Computer engineering is a very vast field, and as an industry person, if I am say from an automobile industry, my requirement is purely automobile. I don't go in for thermodynamics, I'd go in for anything else. So I would like to train my students also in case they join us, and give them the finer points of the automobile, but I cannot teach them the soft skills. I cannot teach them the communication. I cannot teach them how to solve a problem. This they have to learn while they are in the institutes. I might introduce some training programs for emotional intelligence, but that will be for how many? One day?
We have those subjects, sir, like there is compulsory subject, subjects, and then there are elective subjects.
Yes.
English or
We have those options.
So that is, give more emphasis on that. See, as he was talking of policy, insurance policy, if he can't communicate, what is the use of the vast knowledge that he has got? When he cannot talk to the client, when he cannot talk to the seniors, when he cannot talk to a client who is close-minded. So that is what we are looking for now when we talk of curriculum design and implementation of design. Introduce small creative topics that we said, usage of paper cups. Introduce those small things in your class. It will make them think. Somebody said that we always discuss for first 5 minutes the main national business news of the today. It gives them an idea about how the industry is working. Daily they say that the business news we discuss in the class for first 5 minutes.
Rather than good morning and good evening.
Rather than good morning and good evening and how are you, let's start where I left. He says 5 minutes. And you can imagine that what a difference in their knowledge becomes. That is when we talk of a new methodology.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yeah, ma'am, would you like to share some views with us on your change in a methodology of teaching?
Sir, actually, we are using some innovative methodology for teaching, sir. That is peer group learning and like team building. We are building a teams, and one student that I know each and every team. We have a bright student in that team who will really helpful for teaching the slow learners again, so that the slow learner can able to recall it a second time. This will help us for an teaching methodology, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
That
sir.
you are trying to build up teams within the students so that the slow learners can learn fast, and there is a
The fast
team
learners
spirit.
can learn fast, sir, from first time
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
team, so that slow learners
The
also can able to um, study that particular topic, sir. That
so
kind of
that means
teaching we are doing it, so
okay,
that
so
the
that
fast
means
learner can able to improve their leadership, and
mhm,
slow learner also can able to clear in that topic, sir. Normally we are doing it in our class, and role
mhm.
play also we are performing in the class, sir.
Okay. So, ma'am, this methodology of role playing and team building, is it across across your whole of the institute, or it is particularly with your department?
Sir, across all the departments, normally we are doing it for an problematic subject, sir. We are giving more number of tutorial problems so that a teams will be formed for a particular students with the particular students, so that
Hmm.
the fast learner can able to solve that kind of problems easily. They will teach it. They will guide slow learners to read that subject, to solve that problem. Normally, we are
Oh,
doing it across all the departments for especially for a problematic subject, analytical subject, sir.
ma'am, you are from which institute?
Sir, Erode Sengundar Engineering College, sir.
Okay, so you this is when we are talking of your institute, is this methodology or this practice being followed by any institute near your area also?
So normally the tutorial kind of is available in all Anna University following affiliated institutions, sir. Since
Okay.
we have it in a curriculum also, tutorials
Mm-hmm.
in a problematic subjects, so that
Mm-hmm.
a team will be formed in a tutorial classes, and we are following the same procedures, sir.
Okay. So that means it is a part of the curriculum which is being followed by all the institutes under the university. That's
Yes,
great.
sir.
That's
Yes, sir.
that's very good. Probably the institutes in North India can also take advantage of your experience and introduce such things in their curriculum. Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much, sir. Thank you
We
so much.
have a nodal center from Maharishi Markandeshwar University, MMU, Ambala. Anybody from the nodal center, please?
Sir, I change something.
Yeah, please add.
First, I take pictures
Yeah.
for 40 minutes. Then give a chance to student
Hmm.
to take their वही देर से बोली भरल तो मैंने लिया.
The so he has to repeat what you have taught in the class. That's also another way of teaching and learning and communication, because some of the students may not be hesitant to come to this stage and speak for those 20 minutes or 15 minutes, right?
सभी स्टूडेंट को पता होता है कितना भी नंबर है.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So everybody is attentive in the class, that it may be my turn today or maybe somebody else's turn. And second, he overcomes the inhibition of standing in front of 40 students or 50 students and speaking, right? So that gives him a double advantage: improved communication, improved interaction with the students, and knowledge of the subject that he is talking of. That's another way of involving students in the day-to-day lecturing. That's great.
Sir,
That's great. Yeah,
sir, one
please.
more thing I want to highlight, sir.
Yeah.
Normally, what we are doing in the classes, for 1 hour, it is a 50 minutes. We will take a class for a 40 minutes. In the last 10 minutes, we will follow a procedure that is a summarizing of a content what we taught in a class, so that students they are we are motivating the students to summarize what we taught in a class, so that the communication of the students is improving, and also the involvement of students in the class is also a little bit improving, sir.
Yeah, that's what one of our person present in the contact mode was saying. So probably this can be a good practice, that we teach for 20 minutes or 40 minutes or 45 minutes. Then the student will relate what he has learned in those 15 minutes, and maybe he can add few of the examples from his own life or experience for the betterment of the other students. That's great, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us new ideas of change in the methodology of teaching. We have Manav Rachna Research and Studies Faridabad Institute. Please, anybody who from that institute would like to interact?
Sir, good evening, sir. We are from Bapatla College of Pharmacy, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, we are dividing. Actually, we are just planned that students are going to categorize into few groups. So that we are giving them a task to collect the society problems, actually. So regarding the
Okay.
medication or any other like mosquitoes problem or whatever it may be. So we are going to collect the problems what the society is facing. So practically, we have going to interact, or practically personally they can have no problem. So just they are collecting the problems, and we are going to conduct a meeting, and then our students along with the other students and other groups, we are going to discuss these problems, and we are going to get the ideas how to solve these problems. Say for example, when mosquitoes are very high in nowadays because of urbanization or whatever it may be, so to avoid that, what are the natural extracts? We can repel the mosquito repellents. We can
Okay.
naturally prepare the mosquito repellents, and how we are going to use and what are the formulations we can make. Like that, we are going to discuss with the students, and so that the students can also learn how the formulation of a product is going to make, how it is going to be evaluated, and what are the new concepts and technical procedures involved in that, and what are the laws involved in that. All those are going to be searched by the students and discussed with the faculty. We are going to do these kind of things in our college, sir. As apart from the these academic schedule, we are doing these things, sir.
So that means basically means you are working towards experiential learning more
Yes, sir.
than the curriculum which has been assigned as a text, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's great. We will be sharing our thoughts on the project-based learning day after tomorrow, right?
Sure,
So,
sir.
so we would request the participants to please think over that how they have introduced project-based learning or experiential-based learnings, so that all of us can benefit from their experience, and we can certainly modify our way of teaching through projects. Thank you, friends. Thank you so much